While most billionaires collect supercars, Australia's richest person, Gina Rinehart, built her own private railway. It's a solution born from a simple, staggering problem. When your $30.4 billion fortune comes from digging up mountains of iron ore in the desert, you need a machine powerful enough to move those mountains to the sea. This isn't just a story about wealth. It's about bending a continent's landscape to your will. It's about an industrial empire so vast it redefines power. And at its heart is a mechanical marvel you have to see to believe, a private train over 1.5 miles long. Stick with us to see how she built it. You'll want to see this. If you enjoy stories like this, hit the like button and think about subscribing. In the rarefied air of global billionaires, a new kind of power resides. One measured not in dollars, but in tons of raw material that feed the furnaces of global progress. With a net worth that consistently places her among the world's wealthiest individuals, Gina Rinehart doesn't just sit atop Australia's rich list. She commands a colossal industrial machine that is a critical and often unseen engine of the global economy. Before we chart the course of this industrial dynasty, a dynasty marked by both unprecedented success and bitter internal conflict. Like this video and subscribe to see more of this world. You'll want to stick around to see how one woman's vision resulted in one of the longest and heaviest trains on planet Earth. A true mechanical marvel born from sheer determination. You see, this is not merely a story about wealth. It is a statement on the nature of legacy and power. It's a sprawling, meticulously engineered vision of industrial might that redefines the concept of a private enterprise. From the sun-scorched earth of Western Australia, this empire extracts the very building blocks of modern civilization, representing a confluence of geological destiny, ruthless ambition, and the kind of nation-building infrastructure previously reserved for governments. This is the story of transforming a claim on a patch of red dirt into a global force. The address of this empire isn't a skyscraper in a capital city, but a vast mineral-rich expanse of northwestern Australia known as the Pilbara. This region carries a particular cachet, a near-mythical status in the world of mining. It is, for all intents and purposes, the world's largest accessible treasure chest of iron ore. This precise location, more than 745 miles north of the state capital, affords its owner a rare combination of geological destiny and immense global influence, placing them at the very source of Asia's industrial boom. Central to the empire's identity and value proposition is the narrative of its founder, Lang Hancock. This is a crucial distinction in the world of dynastic wealth. Unlike fortunes made in the sterile ether of finance or the fast-moving world of tech, this one began with a physical discovery, a boots on the ground, or rather, eyes from the sky moment that would alter the course of Australian history. In November 1952, Hancock, a charismatic and often controversial pastoralist, was flying his light Auster aircraft with his wife Hope from their station towards Perth. Foul weather forced him to fly low through a gorge, and through the rain, he noticed the deep, rust-red, iron-stained cliffs. He had stumbled upon the largest and richest deposit of high-grade iron ore the world had ever seen. At the time, this discovery was, in fact, illegal to exploit. An archaic Commonwealth embargo, a relic of World War II fears about resource scarcity, forbade the export of iron ore. Lang Hancock became not just a prospector, but a relentless political lobbyist. He campaigned tirelessly for years, arguing that Australia was not a poor little island, but a continent of immense, untapped wealth. His efforts were instrumental in the lifting of the embargo in 1960, a pivotal moment that unlocked the Pilbara and, by extension, the modern Australian economy. This history is the foundation of the company, Hancock Prospecting. It frames the empire not as a market commodity, but as a unique birthright, an artifact of geological luck, personal vision, and political struggle. For Gina Rinehart, this narrative shifts the proposition from simply inheriting a company to becoming the custodian of a fiercely independent and often combative legacy. The multi-billion-dollar valuation of her empire is derived from a synthesis of foundational pillars: its incredible geological inheritance, its mastery of colossal engineering, its strategic diversification into other vital commodities, and her own brand of unyielding personal control. Gina Rinehart did not simply step into her father's shoes. She forged a new path with steel-capped boots. Where her father was a prospector and a grand deal-maker who licensed his discoveries to others in exchange for royalties, she harbored a different, more profound ambition. She became a builder and an operator, a hands-on industrialist. Her singular vision was to not just own the treasure map, but to design, fund, and build the gigantic machines required to dig up the treasure herself. This philosophy suggests a level of control and operational ambition, far exceeding her father's. It is the story of transforming a legacy of potential, which at the time of her father's death was financially strained, into a tangible, cash-generating industrial titan that now dwarfs the initial royalty deals that started it all. What elevates Hancock, prospecting from a rich mining house to a true ultra-luxury industrial power, are the bespoke mega projects that cater to the specific demands of the global economy. These projects are identity markers, designed to cement the company's place as an indispensable global player, a producer of such scale that its absence would be felt in global markets. The crown jewel of this strategy, the ultimate manifestation of Gina Rinehart's vision, is Roy Hill. This is not just a mine. It is a fully integrated pit-to-port logistical masterpiece, conceived and executed on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. Before we reveal the mind-numbing statistics and engineering genius behind this $10 billion marvel, if you find this scale of ambition and power fascinating, take a second to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most incredible ventures. Remember when I said you wouldn't believe the machine she built in the desert? This is it. The project was a staggering $10 billion venture, financed through a complex web of international loans from 19 of the world's largest banks and multiple export credit agencies. Securing this deal, the largest ever debt financing for a mainland mining project, was a personal triumph for Rinehart, and a clear indicator that this was a bet-the-company move designed not just for profit, but for absolute market dominance. The mine itself is a vast, open-cut pit carved into the earth, operating in a remote and harsh environment where temperatures can exceed 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The statistics are mind-numbing. A fleet of massive haul trucks, each capable of carrying nearly 400 tons of ore per load, work in a constant 24/7 ballet. This dance is choreographed from a state-of-the-art remote operations center in Perth, more than 1,000 miles away. From this gleaming NASA-like control room, technicians monitor and control every aspect of the mine, from the autonomous drills to the scheduling of the haul fleet, optimizing every movement for maximum efficiency. The mine is engineered to extract and process 60 million tons of iron ore annually, with plans approved to expand production to 70 million tons. To put that in perspective, that's enough steel to build the Golden Gate Bridge nearly 800 times over every single year. But the true genius of Roy Hill, and the ultimate expression of Gina Rinehart's power, is its wholly owned infrastructure. Getting 60 million tons of rock from the remote outback to the coast required a solution as audacious as the mine itself. She built her own private heavy-haul railway line. Building this 214-mile steel artery was an immense engineering challenge, crossing 85 culverts and 14 bridges through rugged, flood-prone terrain. It stands as a permanent testament to her will. On these tracks run some of the longest and heaviest trains on the planet. Each train consists of 4 powerful General Electric locomotives pulling 232 ore cars, stretching for over 1.5 miles. When fully loaded, this steel serpent weighs over 30,000 tons. It is a rolling monument to logistical supremacy, ensuring that nothing stands between Gina's mine and its global customers. If this incredible scale of engineering fascinates you, be sure to like and subscribe now. At the coast, the system culminates at Port Hedland, where 2 dedicated berths are equipped with a custom-built robotic car dumpers and colossal ship loaders. These machines can pour ore into the holds of massive Cape-size bulk carriers at a rate of up to 14,000 tons per hour. This entire system, the mine, the ROC, the railway, the port, is a private kingdom, a closed loop of production that gives Hancock Prospecting absolute control over its destiny and its costs. A critical advantage in a cyclical industry. While Roy Hill is the showpiece, the financial foundation of the empire was fortified by another colossal project, Hope Downs. Demonstrating shrewd business acumen, this venture was established as a 50-50 partnership with the global mining giant Rio Tinto. This isn't just teaming up. It's a strategic alliance that leverages the operational expertise and existing infrastructure of a major player while securing a massive long-term revenue stream for Hancock Prospecting. The deal itself was a masterstroke, finally monetizing one of her father's most significant discoveries after decades of legal and commercial battles. Hope Downs is not a single mine, but a complex of multiple world-class deposits, including Hope 1, Hope 4, and the new Baby Hope mine. For years, this joint venture has been a cash flow machine, generating billions of dollars in royalties and profits. This steady torrent of cash was instrumental in providing the financial firepower and credibility needed to underwrite the gargantuan risk of the Roy Hill project. It represents the other side of Gina Rinehart's strategy. While she pursues sole ownership where possible, as with Roy Hill, she is pragmatic enough to partner for success when necessary, always with an eye on the end goal of maximizing her stake and de-risking her ventures. Furthermore, a truly powerful empire does not rely on a single commodity. Gina Rinehart has strategically diversified her holdings, creating parallel streams of revenue that insulate her fortune from the volatile swings of the iron ore market. She has significant interest in metallurgical coal, also known as coking coal, a key ingredient in the steel-making process, through assets in Queensland and a major new project in Alberta, Canada. This is a highly complementary investment, making her a one-stop shop for the primary components of steel. But the vision extends further into the future. The company is actively exploring for the metals that will power the 21st century's technological revolutions. This includes copper, essential for the green energy transition, and the explosion in electronics and electric vehicles. Her recent acquisition of a stake in a major copper project in Ecuador signals a clear pivot towards these future-facing commodities. This is a real-life resource management game played on a global scale, with an inventory of assets designed to power not just the world of today, but the world of tomorrow. If the mining empire is a kingdom of iron and steel, Gina Rinehart's agricultural holdings represent a second, parallel kingdom of earth and life. This goes back to the primordial concept of land as the ultimate symbol of power and permanence. The design of this portfolio is not merely a hobby or a simple diversification. It is a critical component of her empire's value, delivering the priceless commodity of food security and establishing her as one of the world's preeminent landowners. Through Hancock Agriculture, she has become Australia's second-largest beef producer. This was achieved through a series of bold acquisitions, most notably the majority buyout of S. Kidman & Co., one of Australia's most iconic and largest private landholders, in a deal worth over $386 million. This single purchase handed her control of a vast network of historic cattle stations spanning over 10 million hectares. The scale is, once again, almost unfathomable. Her total land holdings are larger than the entire country of Ireland. This portfolio includes legendary stations like Anna Creek in South Australia, which is itself larger than Israel. The experience of these stations begins with a sense of immense isolation and natural grandeur. They are not farms in the traditional sense. They are sprawling, self-contained ecosystems. The centerpiece is a colossal herd of over 320,000 cattle. This includes not only hardy Australian breeds, but also the highly prized Wagyu, a gourmet Japanese breed known for its intensely marbled, high-quality meat. Hancock Agriculture is now one of the world's largest producers of Wagyu beef. The company is pursuing a strategy of vertical integration, controlling the process from station to plate. This means owning the land, breeding the cattle, managing the feedlots, and marketing the branded beef products directly to high-end domestic and international consumers. This agricultural empire serves multiple purposes. It is a strategic diversification into the essential commodity of food. It is a tangible asset that appreciates over time. And it is a profound connection to the Australian landscape, a different kind of resource extraction that solidifies her status, not just as a mining magnate, but as a modern-day land baroness. When an empire of this magnitude is forged, the question of succession and control becomes a matter of intense, often public struggle. The story of Gina Rinehart is inseparable from the bitter, multi-decade legal battles she has fought, first with her stepmother over her father's estate, and more recently with two of her own 4 children over the family's multi-billion-dollar trust. These are not mere family squabbles. They are dynastic struggles for the future of a colossal legacy, played out in the harsh glare of the public eye. The core of the dispute revolves around control of the Hope Margaret Hancock Trust, which holds a significant percentage of Hancock Prospecting. The legal battles raise fundamental questions about inheritance, stewardship, and the founder's intent, adding a layer of Shakespearean drama to the business narrative. Amidst this conflict, Rinehart's public persona is one of guarded control. Her lifestyle is dictated by the demands of security, privacy, and efficiency. Her primary residence is a magnificent riverfront mansion in Perth, a secure compound placing her in the capital city of her primary operations. But her reach is global, necessitating the ultimate business tool, a private jet. She owns a Bombardier Global 6000, an ultra-long-range aircraft that is less a plane and more a flying boardroom, and 5-star hotel suite. With a range that can connect Perth to almost any major city in Asia or the Middle East without refueling, it allows her to conduct business and visit remote mine sites with unparalleled speed and privacy. Her public uniform often includes a signature accessory, pearls. The choice is significant. Pearls are a natural gem, a product of the waters that surround the continent her family has so successfully mined. They are an elegant and understated insignia of power, a classic choice that projects authority without the flash of diamonds. While intensely private, she hosts events that are markers of her influence. The opening of Roy Hill was a major event, attended by the Prime Minister and business leaders from across Asia. These are not mere parties. They are calculated displays of power and success, reinforcing her status as a figure whose decisions impact international trade, politics, and the lives of thousands of employees. She is also a vocal political force, using her platform and media investments to advocate for lower taxes and deregulation, echoing the free enterprise spirit of her father. Which leaves us with one final profound question. When you possess the power to move mountains, build private railways, and command a fortune that rivals the GDP of a small nation, what does that say about your role in the world? Is a private empire of this scale the pinnacle of capitalist achievement? A testament to individual vision and grit? Or is it a concentration of power so vast that it functions like a state within a state, shaping national policy and global markets from a private boardroom? We genuinely want to hear your take. Let us know in the comments below. And if you're obsessed with exploring the intersection of industry, wealth, and power, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. You've just seen the empire. Join us next time to see what else this level of influence can build.